second. Just getting ready. Just getting started. There we go. Okay, give me a second. Just getting warmed up. Who do we have tonight? All right, that is not a good thing. Wow. And there we go. All right, live. And we're waiting for this one right here to turn on. That one should turn on very shortly. Let's get this thing back to where it belongs. And I believe we are ready to roll. Good evening, everyone. All right. Aaron, Jake, Memo. Okay, Steve, Butch, Lion Keeper, VJ, Jeremiah, Rick, Pied Piper, Running Gold, back again, Den, Sean, Steve, Jeremiah. Good evening. Okay, thank you. Tina, good evening, Tina. Eric, Beto, Scooter, Mark, Eric. Oh, Lumotion, cool means. DeWitt, Jen, Strong Vision, Bay Girl, Aliki, Jeremiah, Scooter, Den, Nero Shah, Scooter, Mike, Ignacio, Chad, looking around, Tina, looking around, Tom, James Thomas, Cousin Astra, what's happening, brother? Dan, Brody, Scooter, Freckled Queen, good evening again, young lady, Marty, thank you, you're welcome, Puppet, Puppet Whisperer, okay, Ira, good evening, Six Fingers, Tina, Second Best Dad Hacks, okay, Real Deal, Mom Boss, Jeff, Juan, whatever, Norma, Gail, sorry, John, Karan, Mrs. Alabama 10, Jordan, D Nice, Kaylee, D Nice, Fortuno, okay, Tony, Jordan, Kaya, Pawpaw's in the house, Sean D, good evening, Up Down Trader, how are you doing? You're here this time, okay. Alrighty, so we got this one up and ready to roll. Alright, this one's ready to roll, so maybe we can switch over to this phone. Okay, and here we go, and there we go. And do this one more time. Let's see how it works. Pawpaw, John, Todd. I'm almost all set up. Billy Bob. Hey, from Ireland. RCB Miladi. Alrighty, and we're getting ready for this dividend stock. Dividends. Okay, there we go. No, it's not made for children. And we are live again. Yet again. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we got 3 more on the backside. So, good evening, everyone. My name is James. This is Dividend Stock Talk, brought to you by the 10-Minute Trader, where I invest in dividend stocks for weekly cash flow, looking for a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Yep. Auto, Lightning, T8, Marsco, Scooter, Shawnee Pops, Mercy, John Bahay, good evening from Michigan. Cold here tonight. Sorry, brother. I was outside yesterday with no shirt on. Not so today. Scott Miller, Buckeye. Alrighty. Steve-O. Alright, so, like I said, my name's James. This is Dividend Stock Talk. What we're looking here is to do is invest in dividend stocks for weekly cash flow. Looking for a simple, safe, predictable, consistent. We did all that already. That being said, I got 5 criteria. Nope, sorry. I got 5 rules. Rule number 1. Betty, how you doing? Rule number one, never buy something you do not want to own a long term. The stocks go up, stocks go down, you just might have to own it for a long period of time. It's just part of the game. Rule number two, never sell for a loss. It defeats the purpose of the game. And it is a game. It's an adult game and it has adult consequences, which means you can lose money if you don't pay attention to what you're doing. I have found in the past, most people lose money by hitting the wrong button. I'm guilty of it myself. I've done it many a times, hit the wrong button. It just happens. It's one of those things. May Kill, T-Dollar, Stats Juggler, Estuado, Mike in Love. Oh, Mike, that's so lovely. As D.S. Sad Fry. Okay. DJ Jaggers, Bella, Blockchain Buzzed. Cool. Ginger, Michelle, it's my time. Oh, I'm going to agree with you there. Live in Paradise. Was it Live in Paradise or Live in Paradise? The same, spelled the same way. K-Van, Scooter, 60 Guy. Okay, that being said, I can't hear you. Uh-oh. You might need to go to a different channel because we have 6 or 7 different channels. I don't know what's going on with this one. The microphone seems to be proper. All right, it's up to the tilt. You know, it won't go any higher. All right, I Love Stonks, back again. Ken Porter, how you doing? Meat Baron. Uh-oh. Moses wants to take a look at SDY. Moses, hold tight for a second. Let me get you the criteria, okay, what I'm looking for. Number one, never buy something you don't want to hold long term. Never. Number two, never sell for a loss. Number three, make sure the company's consistently profitable. Rule 4, weekly options only. So if you follow Rule 1, then you know anything you suggest has to have weekly options. And Rule number 5, make sure all the numbers work. Lonnie, I'll check that one out also. Just sit tight. So we're going to take a look at whatever you guys suggest. You're going to give me stocks. I'm going to pull them up. I'm going to take a look at them, and I'm going to show you exactly what I do to gain that 1% every single week. Okay? That being said, let's get the ball rolling and let's keep on moving. First one on the list today, Moses wants SDY. All right, let's pull it up. SDY. Oops. SDY. Hell no. Moses, weren't you listening to me? Rule 4, weekly options only. I don't do monthlies. They just don't work for me. So I don't even want to waste my time with monthlies because you only get paid once a month, and that's only 12 to 24% a year. If you like 12 to 24% a year, fine. It's not what I want to do. I want weekly cash flow, not monthly. Okay, I'm retired. I got no problem getting a paycheck every week. VJ, UNH. Okay, now see, I don't mind UNH except for what happened today. Let's zoom into that and take a quick look. Okay, take a look at the last 30 days, VJ. She shot up, pulled back. So here's your 30-day bottom right there. Okay, she shoots up, pulls back, shoots up again, and now it's starting another pullback. You get a 30-day bottom, and you get a nice run up. Of course, there's going to be profit taken. And when you get profit taken, the stocks drop. Okay? What's rule number 1? Never buy something you do not want to own long term. Now, long term could be different for everyone. Me, it's 30 days. Okay? You, it might be 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 40 years. I don't know. But never buy something you're not willing to hold long term. That being said, who do we have over here? Up, downs over here. Emily, Dylan. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Neo, ex-visionary. What do you mean by weekly options? Uh-oh. Newbie alert. Ding, 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 ding. Newbie alert. What do I mean by weekly options? An option is basically the right to buy a stock, but not the obligation. You have two opportunities. An option that expires on a weekly basis or an option that expires on a monthly basis. But just do the math. Monthly, you only do it once a month, which means I get 12 to 24% return by the end of the year. It doesn't work for me. A weekly option, that's every 7 days. Well, 1% for each option trade, that's 50% per year if you do it right. So Eggs Visionary, check this out. 30 January, that's this coming Friday. 6 February, that's next Friday. 13 February, 2 Fridays away. 20 February, 3 Fridays away. 27 February, 4 Fridays away. 5 Fridays, 6, 7, 8, so on and so forth. Every single week. Monthly, we look something like this. Okay? February, March, June, September, December. It means I can do it once a month. So if I'm getting 1 to 2% every single option trade that I do, well, that's only 12 to 24% by the end of the year, if you like monthlies. But hold on a second. It's not just that. Okay, 30 days. That would be the 26, 26, 26, right in there. All right, ex-visionary. Check this out. This right here is 30 days. 30 days ago, we were at 56.50. Shoots up to 57, drops down to 56, shoots up to 58, drops down to 57, shoots up to 62, drops down to 60. Great. Now tell me where it's going to be in 30 days. That is 30 days. So great. Tell me where it's going to be for the next 30 days. It's not that easy. Okay, because why would I know if it was 56 30 days ago that it would be 60 this week? It's not that easy. Weekly options aren't that difficult because you tell me 5 days from today, well, yeah, this thing should be around here somewhere in 5 days. It gives me a better idea. 5 days is easier than 30 days. It just doesn't make sense. And then I got to sit and watch it for 30 days to make sure. No, I just don't do monthlies. They just don't work for me. It's a simple strategy created for my 9-year-old daughter. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent, no way to lose. That was for my 9-year-old. All right, so what else do we have here? Dylan. Okay, cool. Okay, Stazer Benwell. Interesting name. Neon, good evening. Uh-oh, Moses wants to take a look at the cues. Hey, Moses, weren't you paying attention, brother? Now, I'm having an issue with my computer, which means I need a new computer, but here's the thing. I got a new computer, but it only has 2 USB ports. And I need 4 USB ports to run my show properly. So, I got a new computer with 2 ports, that means I can't do it properly, or the old computer with 4 ports means I can do it properly, but I'm limited on the access that I have. Yeah, I know, it's time for a new computer. We have 4 or 5 ports, if they still make them. Anyway, the Majestic Mongols. All right, Raymond Dean. Majestic Muggles? Muggles? Is that Muggles or Muggles? I have no idea. All right, Tesla, TSLA. TSLA. Now, you are aware that Tesla does not have any dividends, which means they do not share their profits. So what I'm looking for, remember I told you, make sure the company's consistently profitable, rule number 3. Well, the way I look at profits, you get 2 opportunities here. 1, I can look at 20 years worth of quarterly reports and annual reports. There's nothing wrong with that, and it's a good idea for those of you who like to read and like to jump into that kind of stuff. But I'm a lazy trader. I really am. I should rebook on your site? Absolutely. Sorry, you missed my call on Friday. Never sell at a loss. Yep. Oh, wait a minute. Get some questions down here. Sorry. What's rule number 1? Got that one. Rule number 1. Never buy what you don't understand. You don't want to hold long term. Who came up with that one? Nice question and concern. Nice answer. Something like I would have said. Alrighty, alright. Okay. So, I forgot where I was. Oh, Tesla. Okay. Now, when I say 20 years of profits, you can look at the quarterly reports, the annual reports, or you can go directly to the dividends. Now, the dividend, if you didn't understand or you were misinformed, the dividend is a portion of the company's profits that they give back to the investors. I don't know if anyone told you, but that's us. We're buying, we're selling, we want to make money. That's why we're here. We want to take whatever money we have and try to make more. If you're here looking to hit a home run and looking to jump onto the next thing that's going to skyrocket, you are in the wrong place. I don't want you wasting your time, and I certainly don't want you wasting my time. What I'm looking for is a simple, safe 1% per week. Slow growth, steady growth. Okay? It's kind of like the turtle in the hare. The turtle is fast, gets there really quickly, but the turtle always wins the race because it's slow, methodical, thought out, well planned. Well, that's what we're doing here. Simple. What's that? Minnow? Thank you. I didn't quite read that enough, but thank you for that. But that's what I'm looking for. A very slow, consistent, predictable growth. Your volume is bad. I'm terribly sorry. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, we have 9 different channels. Just so happens that this channel's not working quite right. All right, MGA, Everett Fleming, Herbie, Kevy, Ovidio, Castro, Fred Smith, Milton, Flying Squirrel. Anyway, so we're looking for profits and looking for very slow, predictable, and consistent profits. Okay, take your time. You're not in a hurry. If you're looking for capital growth, if you're looking for this thing to shoot to the moon, you're in the wrong place. This is slow. This is boring, monotonous, same thing over and over and over again. Next, Colin wants to take a look at Target. Now, I love Target. Target is a dividend king. If you don't know what a dividend king is, it is a company. Uh-oh. Hold on. Okay, we're going to talk right there. Okay, a dividend king is a company that has consistently been profitable for at least 5 decades. John Bohe, how much money in our account should we have in a brokerage account to start this program? Okay, John, you can start it with anything. Okay, now I can't tell you what to do, and I'm not going to tell you what to do because I have no idea who you are, what you stand for, your risk factors, what your age is, what kind of money you have besides, or what kind of education you have. I know absolutely nothing about you, John. Okay, all I can tell you is I started out with $12,500 30 years ago. I took out a second mortgage on my house. The wife was pissed. Okay, no longer my wife. Is that ex-wife? Anyway, I'm a challenge to live with. I am. I'm what you call, hold on. One of my ex-girlfriends told me this once. James, you are an acquired taste. I guess any guy is, I suppose. Okay, so anyway, John, this year we are supposed to start a new trading, a new not a new platform, a new channel with my 5-year-old grandson. He's 5 years old, and only thing he makes on a monthly basis or weekly basis is spare change. You know, that's it. He doesn't get no allowance, anything like that. Just some spare change from the grandparents and from the parents. Maybe $5 or $6 a week, if he's lucky. So he's going to start out with $50, and we're going to do walk through one step at a time, and my 5-year-old grandson is probably going to be the host. And he will show you, for a 5-year-old, how to do it. Okay? 410 transportation. Okay, I believe I understand your point now. Cool beans. Thank you for that. Okay, so anyway, John, what you start out with has nothing to do with it. The main objection should be, or the main object should be consistency. Okay, it's not timing the market, it's time in the market. Stocks go up, stocks go down, stocks go up, stocks go down. But if you look at the overall stock market from 1900 to where we are today, it averaged 10% per year for over 100 years. That's the average for the last 100 years. It goes up, it pulls back. It goes up, it pulls back. We have a crash, a recession, a pullback, a correction, whatever you want to call it, every decade. Sometimes twice a decade. Stock market goes up, and then it crashes. And then it goes up, and then it crashes. But overall, since 1900, it has averaged a 10% year-over-year growth. All right, so if you do it right, if you find a trading strategy that works for you, if you find something that you believe in. Okay, what I do, I know a lot of stuff, but I only share and give away one because it's the most successful and the most predictable. Granted, it's boring as hell. It is. Who wants to invest and spend the time to make 1%? Well, 1% of what? 1% of $100 is a buck. 1% of a million is 10,000. Can you imagine 1% every single week? That's a 50% return by the end of the year. And I'm terribly sorry, but it is going to take some time and some effort. It means you're going to have to actually do something. Oh, imagine that. Actually have to do something to earn money. Okay, so you get up in the morning, you brush your teeth, you shower, you shave, you get ready for work, sit in front of your computer 5 or 10 minutes. What did I buy? What did I sell? Where is it at? Where does it look like it's going? What should I do next? These are all very important questions. 5 to 10 minutes a day, that's all it is. It's not really that big a deal. Okay, Bristol Myers Squibb, what did I buy it for? What did I sell against it? Okay, where does it look like it's going next? Let's pull it up right now. Aaron, BMY. Wait a minute, we're on target. We're going to say no to target this week just because bottom's here, she shoots up, pulls back. But look at the whole picture. Okay, when I'm looking at a chart, I always look at the 1-year chart first. What am I looking for? I'm looking for 5 things. Now, you can look at the chart for hours upon hours upon hours and see all the little intricate moves. What I'm looking for is the big picture. I don't need the definition. I don't need to look at every single, no, I don't. I'm looking for 5 things, and it takes 3 to 4 seconds to find all 5. It's like, where's Waldo? Where's Waldo? Where in the world is Carmen San Diego? Remember that? Okay, so the 5 things I'm looking for. You ready? Number 1, where's the high? Number 2, where's the low? Number 3, where was it a year ago? Number 4, where is it now? And 5, what's the motion of the ocean? The trail through the woods, the bend around the river, whatever analogy you want to use, where's it going? Where's it moving? Down, up, down, up, down. Simple. It takes 3 to 4 seconds to see that. Now I'm saying no this week because of this right here. Let's zoom in and see if you get a better view of it. Okay. So the better view will look something like this. High, low, where was it, where is it? Look at the motion. Down, up, down. I don't need any more explanation because the bottom is here, shoots up nicely. Thank you for the ride, but now it's pulling back. You know what I call that? Some people call it retracement. Some people call it a correction. I call it profit taking. Because think about it. Seriously, think about it. The stock's here at 84 bucks. Okay, 2 months later, it's at 112. 84 to 112 is 38 bucks. That's a $38 move on an $84 stock. Just shot, that's right around 40%. It's about a 40% move. So ask yourself the question, if you bought something and in 2 months it jumped up 40%, would you take the profit? I know I would. There's probably about half of you people in the audience that would probably take that profit. Well, what the hell do you think? Bottom, shoots up, profit taken. If you like the company, fine. Wait for it to be done. Because guess what happens after profit taking? It comes down, finds a new bottom, turns around, goes back up again. Because contrary to popular belief, stocks do 2 things and only 2 things. So if you're sitting patiently waiting for your Ford stock, General Motors, IBM, Kroger, whatever you bought, if you're waiting for that stock to come to your house and take your dog for a walk, wash the dishes, make the bed, dump the trash, rake the yard, ain't gonna happen. Stocks go up, stocks go down, that's it, that's all. Okay? Bottom, you cannot argue the bottom, it is what it is. From there, she shoots up, now she's coming back down again. I call it profiting. You could call it retracement, you could call it pullback, you can call it whatever you want. I like to call it profit taking because my mind is on profits. That's all I think about, 1% every single week. All right, no to target. What are we going to do next? Bristol Myers Squibb. Oh, wait a minute. Majestic Moguls wants to take a look at Tesla. TSLA. Now, we already said we're not going to do Tesla because it doesn't have any dividends. TSLA. Okay? But here's the thing about Tesla. You can't escape the man. No matter where you look, no matter where you go, he's up to something. He's up to something that's going to disrupt the world. And that's exactly what he's doing. He came out with a halfway decent electric car. Then he perfected that. Now it's mass producing it. What did he do next? Telecommunications. Solar. robotics, tunneling. Now he's coming up with the phone. He's just interrupting. You can't escape it. But here's the thing. He doesn't offer profits. So how, because we can't escape it, so we might as well join it. Can't escape it, so how do we do it? Okay, how am I going to do Tesla predictably? Okay, now some of you may or may not have heard of this. This is what's called a seasonality chart. Now let me briefly explain what a seasonality chart is. Okay, the chart you're looking at, all the way to the left, January 1st. All the way to the right, December 31st. This blue line right up here, that represents the movement this year. The red line, down, sideways, up, down, up, that represents an average of the last 10 years. That's where they take 2006, 2007, 2008, 9, 10, 11, so on and so forth. For the last 10 years. 2016, 2017, 2008. The last 10 years, the average movement. So this time of the year was a little bit sideways before she bottoms out in the first quarter. Okay, so sideways, but then down the first quarter, then towards the end of middle of March, he shoots up and goes sideways into June, then goes up. So I'm going to be watching that. The seasonality tells me when does Tesla predictably move. Then I'll take a better look at it. That being said, I try to stay away from companies that don't have dividends. But certain companies you just can't ignore. Tesla is one of them. All right, so back to where we were. All right, so let's go to the next one. We're not going to do Tesla only because, okay, 2 months ago, we're at 380, shoot up to 500, pull back, back up, back down, back up, back down. It's kind of going sideways, no real direction, no real path, no path to the golden land or whatever you want, the promised land. There's no path to the promised land, down, up, down, up, down. Yeah, it's kind of like all over the place. So I like predictability. Now a move like this, I jump on, move like that, I jump on, depending on what I want to do. Okay? Someone needs do some new ones to NASDAQ. Okay. What about Intel? We'll take a look at Intel in a second. But Aaron wanted to take a look at Bristol Myers Squibb. All right, let's go up here. Randy Johnson, Kurjo, Sohato, Sahata. Okay. Andrew Russo, good evening. Passport, how are you? Munchie. Lucifer, back again, I see. Mayor's in Canada. How's that cold weather up there doing? You left the freezer door open, didn't you? And the wind blew it right down here. We barely can hear your sound, very static. Where else can we watch the stream? Okay, so you guys here on this channel. Now, I got 9 different channels. Okay, so I'm going to point. Ready? Here it comes. Right there. So if I'm not pointing directly at you, I'm not pointing directly at you. Okay, so this channel right here. Okay, it is a YouTube channel. We have 4 YouTube channels, 2 TikTok channels, Zoom, no, it's that freaking little blue bird. Twitter, that's the one. X, Twitter, same thing. Rumble, LinkedIn, a lot of different places. But this channel here, we should probably just get rid of this camera because it's just keep. So I'd get rid of it, but it has very important information on it. That's why I don't get rid of it. All right, next. Ovidio Castro wants to take a look at Harley Davidson. Ooh, I like me some Harley, and I actually have to. We're going to take a look at that in a second. Aaron wants to take a look at Bristol Myers Squibb, BMY. Now, BMY is a dividend king. That means I'm not going to tell you what you should or should not have on your portfolio, but Bristol Myers Squibb's over 100 years old, and they have 5 decades of consistent profits. That means they made more money last year than they did the year before. They made more money the year before than they did the year before. So 5 decades, that's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years of consistent profits. You cannot get to be a dividend king unless you are consistently profitable. Now, it should be on your list, but I'm not going to tell you that. I'm just saying it should, because it's a company that is consistently profitable and they have weekly options. So remember rule one, never buy something you do not want to own. So if you don't know anything about it, research, research, research. Go to Google. In the Google search, Dividend Kings list 2026. It'll give you the whole list of all the companies that have been consistently profitable for 5 decades. So let's take a look. We got, I'll get this figured out one of these days. We got the high of the year, the low of the year. Where was it a year ago? Where is it now? Look at this. Down, up, down, sideways, down, up, down. Okay, I like it. Let's take a look at the numbers. The numbers, remember, rule number 5, make sure all the numbers work in your favor. Well, here we go. You ready? First number, 5460, 5460, 5460, 5460. What do you think? The current price is 5460. All right, so if I'm buying it at 5460, I want to sell either the 54s or the 55s. Now, I more or less go to 54 because it's a safer trade, and I'm all for safety. The 54 is selling for 81 cents. Uh-oh, no. After hours. They were after hours, right there. This number here, 54.98. So we'll be looking at the 55. The 55 is only offering 31 to 52, not 1%. It's a dividend king. 5 decades of consistent profits. Does it really need to offer us 1%? No. And you will find that with a lot of the really big companies. Johnson & Johnson, Coca-Cola, Heinz Ketchup. Great companies, they don't need our business. So are they offering us 1%? No. He's offering us 31 cents on 55. What is that? 0.65? That's over 0.5%. So what does that come to at the end of the year? 30% at the end of the year? Think about it. Company over 100 years old, 5 decades of consistent profits. You buy it for 54.98, you sell it for 55, you bring in 0.75% for this week. Next week it might be 0.5%. But even 0.5% still comes out to 26% per year. When's the last time you ever got 26% with a safe company? Did you know how much crap we have seen in the last 100 years? World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, the Gulf, all that crap that happened there. We've seen the embargo in the 70s when oil went through the roof. What else did we see? The stock market crashes. 29, 87, 2000, 2008, 2021, 2025. And still, this company is still profitable, still giving out dividends to their investors. Even though it's 0.5% or 0.75%, it still sounds good. I'm sharing you, you're talking my language. Alrighty. Let's see what you're talking about. Thank you there, Ken. Is it Ken? Ken can say things. Anyway, so let's find out. Okay, BMY, Bristol Myers Squibb. Let's do the 55s. Let's get this out of the way. First thing I want to do is I want to change this from single to covered. Now, you may or may not know what all these are right here. These are all the different trading strategies. You think you can just buy and sell? No, there's a whole bunch of them. You ready? Here we go. Single, vertical, back ratio, calendar, diagonal, straddle, strangle, covered, synthetic, butterfly, condor, iron condor, vertical collar, double diagonal, unbalanced, deep in what? Those are all the different option trading strategies. Now, an option is just kind of like an extra little tidbit that gives us a little bit more leverage. Where else can we see it? Your audio is humming. I'm sorry you're having issues there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn that camera off. You can pick it up on one of the other channels. Okay, there's 9 different channels that we're streaming on. Okay, I'm sorry that this one's not working properly. Anyway. We can't hear you. You can't hear me down here either? Okay. Okay. I'm keep going. The audio is humming. Okay, thank you. Alright. No audio problems for me. Okay, well, you're on a different YouTube channel. Okay, remember, I got 4 different YouTube channels going at the moment. Okay. How is that possible? Well, it's easy. I got I got 3 different iPhones, and I get an OBS camera on my computer. Anyway, so Bristol Myers Squibb, let's do it at 55. All right, we're going to do the covered call, because remember when I said simple, safe, predictable, consistent? Well, the simplest trading strategy is just buying. That's it. That is the simplest trading strategy. We can see you talking, but no sound. All right, Seven Hills, brother, I don't know what to tell you. The volume's turned up all the way. Okay, the microphone's working properly. Okay, now my son Jacob's coming up next month. Next month he's going to come in and he's going to work with me full time. So I've been doing this for like, a long time. But at this moment in time, I can actually afford to hire my son to come full time. He gave his notice on his job, so he's coming full time, and he's going to take care of everything because he knows a lot more than I do about the computers and stuff. Okay, hold on. James, would you consider being a guest on the next Wealth 365 Summit? Your work can help a lot of people. Hey, Doug, thank you for the invite. Sure, I'll be up for it. No problem for me, but what are the other channels? I can hear you loud and clear. Talk the wheel. Okay, Adam, I don't really do the wheel strategy. Now, don't get me wrong, I do it, but I only give away one trading strategy. Now, one trading strategy takes you 5 or 10 minutes. It can get you up to a 50% if you do it right. Okay, the wheel strategy, where you do a cash secured put first, and then you do the covered call. Great. I'll try. Now, I'm giving away what I taught my 9-year-old daughter, and I really, really, really stick to that. Okay? Now, I could teach you it, but it's going to confuse a lot of other people, and I like that being simple and safe and predictable. So the wheel strategy has just a few more moving parts. That's a great way for it. Has a little bit more moving parts from simplicity. So trying to explain to a 9-year-old about puts was not really up my line. So covered calls are the simplest and easiest for a 9-year-old to understand. And if you go back and take a look at all my videos from years ago, it's the same strategy over and over again. I like to think, okay, Adam, I like to think, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it's working perfectly fine, leave it alone. Okay? Like I said, I'm a lazy trader. I want to get in, I want to get out less than 5 minutes. Okay, insider. No, inner side. Okay, hold on. I'm going to pull back a little bit. Oh, wow. All right, hold on. He's got away from me. All right, hold on. Right there. Okay. I got to pause the questions. Now, it is 10 minutes. What the hell was that? I'm not used to talking so much, so forgive me. As I was saying, I forget what I was saying. Damn it, don't get old. It's no fun. One of the first things to go is the noodle. Yeah, all right, anyway. Let's get back on track. All right, so we're doing the 55 on Bristol Myers Squibb. So let's stick to track. Let's stick to what we're doing. Now, as I was saying earlier, I could talk about everything I know, but we wouldn't get very much done. So let's stay on track. If you really want to do the wheel strategy, let's do it another time. Not here. Here's with the simple, safe, predictable, consistent, no way to lose. Okay? We're going to try to stick to that. So, covered call. Now, covered call, basically, we buy the stock first, and then we sell it to someone else for basically the exact same price we just paid for it. So if I buy this stock tomorrow morning, I could be paying $54.98. If I pay $54.98 and I sell it for $55, you think I'm making 2 cents? No. I'm making that 2 cents on the stock, but forgetting about the option. Okay, remember what I said, simple, safe, predictable, consistent? Simple is the simplest one is just buying the stock. But there's a problem with just buying the stock. When you just buy the stock, you got to wait for the stock to move before you can get your profit. And then how do you know how long to hold on to it for what profit you're trying to get? So I eliminated all of it. For my 9-year-old daughter, I eliminated all of it. Okay? Eliminated it all. You buy the stock, you sell somebody else for the same price you paid for it. So if I buy 54.98, I'm going to sell it for 55. I'm going to collect that lousy little 2 cents plus the premium from the call option. And that I'm looking to get 1%. That's my 1% per week, the call option. So the stock doesn't even have to move. It just has to be a good company. Hold on, I'm going to get to these questions. Okay, I'm going to get to the questions. Okay, I got 8 swimming. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 7 screens in front of me, so I can't answer everything as soon as it comes in. You got to give me a little bit of leeway, but I will try to answer every single question before the night's over. That being said, let's do this one at 55. Remember, we're buying at 54.98. We're going to sell at 55. We're going to see what we can collect on it. So the 55 is right here. Okay, now I want to buy it, and that's right there. Okay, and I want to just buy one contract. That way it gives you an idea of what my cash outlay is going to be, and more importantly, what's my profit going to be. I'm only looking for 1%, but if I do 1% every week, that's over 50% per year. Now remember, it's called the 10-minute-trader for a reason. Okay, so in 2008, my 9-year-old daughter said, "Daddy, can you teach me what you're doing?" Not exactly how it went. I tell a story on how it actually went, and people think I'm a dick. Because my 9-year-old says, "Daddy, can I have this? Daddy, can I have that? Daddy, can you buy me this? Daddy, can you buy me that?" So one night, she says, "Daddy, Daddy." I said, "Why don't you get your own job? Go and get a job." She said, "Daddy, I'm only 9. Yeah, anyway, she said, "Can you teach me what you're doing?" So my 9-year-old daughter wanted to learn how to invest in the stock market. Most adults don't get it. So how do I teach her? Simple. All right, so here's the trade right here. That's it, right there. Read it out loud, listen to what it says. Are you ready? Buy 1 covered call, BMY, Bristol Myers Squibb. 100, that means it's the weekly options. 30 January 26, that means this option is going to expire this coming Friday. So whoever buys it has from the time they buy it until the expiration. The expiration, 30 January 26th. That's 3:59 p.m. on Friday. Okay, there are weekly options that expire 3:59 p.m. every single Friday. So I want to jump in on Monday, sell the option. I don't buy. I'm not a buyer. I'm a seller. 80% of all options expire worthless. I don't want to buy them. I want to sell them. I want to be on the 80% winning side, not the 20%. No. Anyway, 55 call option against the stock, BMY at the market. Okay, max profit right there, 81.50. That's just the profit. Now I'm getting the 2 cents per share. Right, 100 shares, that's only $2. Big deal. But what I'm looking for is this right here. Maximum profit, 81.50. Well, how much is it costing me? To get a rate of return, you got to put something up. Well, the cost of this trade is $54.19. Think of it this way. I'm not buying stocks. I'm creating weekly cash flowing assets. It's an asset that I can get a weekly check every single week. Let's find out the numbers. Because that probably doesn't mean anything to you, because what does that mean? Well, let's find out. For that, we need the calculator. When you're trying to figure out your rate of return, okay, your ROI, you take the profit, 81.50. Okay, then the calculator, 81.50, and then we divide it by the outlay. How much money do I have to pay for this thing? $5,419.16. Okay, $5,419.16. That gives me a grand total of 1.5%. 1.5% for 4 days. Now, had we done it this morning, maybe we would have got up 2%. Maybe. The audio is humming. Yep, Blackie, I'm sorry about that. There's 8 other channels. Okay, you get 9 channels. We're streaming on this one. Sorry, something wrong with the microphone. Sorry. But, that being said, 1.5. Now, I like this one, so we're going to save this one. anytime there's an issue, I do like to try to fix it. Somebody once said, James, we can't see, it's not big enough. Can you make it larger? So I said, can I make it larger? Well, of course I can make it larger. Check this out. You're going to love this. There it is right there. All right, here we go. What do you think? Is that larger or what? By one covered call, BMY, Bristol Myers Squibb. 30 January. That means the option is going to expire this coming Friday, 4 days away. The $55 call option. Remember, I'm buying it for $54.98 and I'm selling it for $55. Not a lot of profit, but $81.50 per contract. So one contract, 81 bucks. Two contracts, what is that, 163? Four contracts, whatever. Just multiply that by however you get. All right. Cost of the trade, including commissions and fees, $5,419 for a 1.5% for 4 days. This coming Friday. So ask yourself, what does that come to at the end of the year? Well, you multiply that 1.5 times 52 because there are 52 weeks in the year. And guess what? That comes to 78% for 1 year. 78% if you can get 1.5% every single week. Now, I do average 1.4, but, hey, this one's 1.5. We're going to save it. We're going to save this one. What was it, 1.5? 1.5. This is what we got yesterday. 4 of them. Today, 1.5. That's the first one on the list. What else do we got? What else? Let's get rid of this. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Get back to where we were. And let's get the next one. Who's got something good? Tell me something good. Okay. You ever do option trades on SPY or QQQ? 410 transportation. Now, I told you earlier I'm having an issue with my computer. I have to get another one. The brand new computer I have only has 2 USB ports. Ain't going to work, so I have to go get another brand new computer with 4 ports. QQQ and SPY are not consistently profitable. Remember I said 2 decades. That's 20 years. So take a look at the dividends that SPY pays out. Take a look at the dividends QQQ pays out. And do they increase every single year? No, they do not. That's why neither one of those are on my list. Okay, Ovidio Castro wants to take a look at Harley Davidson. Okay. Wow, all these people joining in. Harley Davidson, let's take a gander. HOG. Harley Davidson. Ouch, look at that. Okay, so here's an opportunity for you. Okay? You all hear the opportunity. Here it is. Buy low, sell high. Guess what? Harley Davidson's been in business since 1903. That's over 123 years. Okay, we all know who Harley is. We all know what they do. Okay, the bottom of the year is now. You cannot get any lower than the bottom of the year. But here's the issue. You got to wait for it to bounce, turn around, and go up. Okay, so here's the bottom. The bounce, turn around, go up. Once the bottom is isolated, once you find out where the bottom is. Okay, top comes down, she went down, back up. Okay, you gotta wait. You gotta wait for it to turn around. Don't be in a hurry. Okay, investing is not a sprint, it's a marathon. What's the stock you've kept the longest? Moses, the stock I kept the longest was Walgreens, WBA. I had it for 18 months. Now, I didn't keep it because I liked the company. I didn't keep it because I thought it was something I was going to die with. No, I kept it because it kept giving me 1, 2, 3% every single week for a year and a half. Imagine a year and a half, 1 to 3% every single week. It was nuts. So I just kept it. We just kept on doing it every single week. Next. Okay, what else we got? Talk about the wheel. Can we hear? Okay. Oh, wow. It way better here. All right, Chris, thank you. Oh, this one's perfect. Alrighty, Black Air Force. Okay. Good night, everybody. All right. Question and concerns. Altria. Ooh, I love Altria. Another good dividend king stock. What else do we have here? Uh-oh, we got a whole bunch here. We just did Tesla. We did Bristol Myers Squibb. Beline Abdul. Good evening. Okay, I believe I understand. Okay, point now. You got it. Wavelength! Aaron, you have to hold the shares by the open of the EX date. No. Wavelength, no. If you want to collect the dividend, you got to buy it before the EX date and hold it past the date of record. That's not what we're doing. Because once the stock hits the dividend date, it has a tendency to go down. Hold on, let's pull up the calendar so I can give you a better idea of what we're talking about. Here we go. Okay. Now, here, all these little green dots, they all represent companies that have consistently been profitable for at least 2 decades. Let me name you some. See if some of them sound familiar. You ready? General Electric, Micron, Dollar General, J.P. Morgan, Nucor, Illinois Toolworks, John Deere, Campbell Soup, Marvel, Oracle, MasterCard, American Express, Cisco, Cardinal Health, General Dynamics, AbbVie, Abbott Labs, Comcast, ACN, AT&T, Verizon. I can keep going, but you get the idea. You probably heard of every single one of those names. Probably. They're household names. I love those companies, and this is my particular stock list. That's for January. Okay? Good quality company. Buy the stock, collect the premium, not the dividend. The dividend is the cherry on top. You get a chocolate fudge sundae. Well, great. I get that 1% every week. If I collect the dividend, it's a happy coincidence. I use the dividend. Now, the reason why I do dividend stocks is a couple of reasons. Reason number one is they're predictable. Okay, here's Colgate, Palmolive, and Lowe's. Okay, so if I wanted to get the dividend on either one of those, I would buy it 2 weeks before the EX date. Okay, it's the 21st. So 2 weeks before would be the 7th. If I buy it on a Monday. Now the reason I buy it on a Monday, because weekly options, the week starts on a Monday, right? You can't trade on a Sunday, so we can't trade on a Saturday. So it's Monday through Friday, 5 days. Okay, so 410 transportation. I don't do SPY and I don't do the Qs. Okay, NB, what is the best strategy for options? It's always going to depend on what it is you're looking for, how much time and effort you want to put in, because guess what? No matter what it is, you have to put some time and some effort. You get two options, okay? All right, hold on a second. Tea and honey. Tea, honey, cinnamon, and ginger. It's good for my vocal cords because I'm not used to talking so much. So here's the thing. The best trading strategy, no matter what you do, you are going to trade your time for money. One way or the other. You're either going to work for it, or if you're investing it, you have to somehow put it someplace you think is safe, and then you got to wait. So the more time you sit in front of your computer, the more you learn, the more you could make. Okay? Now, I'm 62. I retired 3 years ago. I get my first Social Security check in February. Okay? It's $585, so don't get too excited. Okay? It's like, I'm not buying a new Lamborghini with it. $585, not really. Anyway, besides the point. You're trading your time for money. The more you sit in front of your computer, the more you learn, the more effort you put in, the more you can get. But it's a double-edged sword. More time, more effort, more risk, more reward. Okay, I told you earlier, I'm a lazy trader. 5 to 10 minutes, great, I'll take my 1%. It's safe, it's predictable, it's consistent. Safe, predictable, consistent. I'm perfectly okay with that. Because me, 1% a week, it's a very nice number. Granted, if you're just starting out, it's going to take a while to build. But think about it. When you retire, you got two choices and only two. And don't let anybody fool you thinking you got more than two choices. You don't. Choice number one, learn, take responsibility, invest your own money. Choice number two, I don't care, you do it. Give it to someone else and then take the consequences that comes along with that. Basically, get the 4 or 5% draw. Okay, you're 4 or 5% off your money. If you can live on that, fine, great. I couldn't do it. Okay, the amount of money that I have, I could not live comfortably on a 4% draw. So 1% a week, perfectly fine. Works great for me. Asking viewers to send likes and comments when they have the thought, blah, 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 can spark more interaction. Okay, like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of nice and fun stuff. Next. Okay, Indersing wants LRCX. What the hell is that? I never heard of it. All right, so do you understand the dividend calendar? They find a good quality company. Okay, what I like, Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders, anything on Warren Buffett's list. Those 5 lists. Go to Google, in the search you put in Dividend Kings list 2026, Dividend Aristocrats list 2026, and out of the blue, boom, it just shows up. You take those lists and you isolate them. Take a look. Which ones do I like? Which ones do I not like? The Dividend Kings, 5 decades of consistent profits. Dividend Aristocrats, 25 years of consistent profits. Think about it. Why would you invest? Remember rule number 3? Make sure the company's consistently profitable. Why would you invest in anything if it's not consistently profitable? It just doesn't make any sense. But guess what? Your money, your time, you do what you want. I'm just showing you what I do. You guys make suggestions, I put it up, and we say, yeah, or no. Or what the hell were you thinking? Something to that effect. Next, LRCX. I have no idea who that is. LRCX. Lamb Resh Corp. Hell no. Okay? I don't buy anything at the high of the year. Never. Never. I'm not good at it. I don't buy at the low of the year, and I don't buy at the high of the year. I've never. Now, I've been trading for 30 years. That's a 3 with a 0. 30 years. Never once have I bought the absolute, or sold at the absolute high. Never once did I buy at the absolute low. And I'm perfectly okay with that. But I do not ever buy at the high. Never. Just doesn't make any sense to me. There are too many other opportunities out there. Now, we do check every single week. Okay, we haven't checked this week yet because, like I said, I'm having problems with the computer. But last week, 10,816 different companies. That's a lot. But I only look at 300 because there's only 300 that are consistently profitable. Johnny! John Bohe, PHM. No. Parker Hannafin, is that right? PHM? No. Park Holder Fund. What is that? It's a no. Anytime it says we cannot find that symbol, that usually means it's not a U.S. stock. That's what it usually means. Usually. All right, so what else do we got? CL. Hardin wants to take a look at CL. Isn't that Colgate Palmolive? It is, it is. Ooh, no. Asked me last week, I would have said yes. Take a look. The high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Up, down, sideways, up. Look at that right there. Let's zoom in so you can see it a little bit better, Hardin. Okay? What do you think, Hardin? It goes from 76 to 87. That's 11 bucks. Okay? 76 to 87. It's $11 move. $11 move on a $76 stock. That's like 1.4%, somewhere in that area. 14%. Sorry, 14%. Why would I want it? Already made the 14% jump. Why would I want to try to see if it goes higher? And today, looks like it's starting to pull back, or the profit take, the correction, whatever you want to call it. But if I bought it at 76 and she jumps up 14%, yeah, I'm going to sell, I'm going to take profits, which means there's a lot of people out there just like me, selling, taking profits. Next. Next. All right. Manchester, Kai, Terry, Leonardo, Terry, Street Chaos, Zaki, Crazy, Amber, Hal, No Goo. Alright, Mr. Rob. What's happening, Mr. Rob? Sweetie Pie, Deline Aline. Alright. PHM is Pulte Group. PHM. Well, what's the one we just looked at? I know who Pulte Group is. PHM. 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 Well, Pulte Group is on my list, but it's going to be a no for this week. Okay? Top, bottom, was, is, down, up, down, up, down. Alright, it's dropping at the moment. Now, I like Pulte Group. It is on my list, but not this week. Take a look. Okay, 116 jumps up to 134. Now it's dropping. Now, if you really like it, really like it, keep an eye on it, because it looks like it's slowing down right here, and it could get ready to turn any minute if you like PHM. As a matter of fact, I'm going to write it down for us to take a look at next week. PHM. PHM. Pulte Group. All right, what else we got? The Stew, how are you today? Valley. Lisa. Lisa wants to take a look at Toast. T-O-S-T. Now, Lisa, I have to admit, I have no idea who they are. T-O-S-T. Toast Inc. Interesting. But Lisa, what's happening here? And here's the top, here's the bottom, was, is, look at it, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay. 33.50, 33.50, 43. That's over 1.3% for the week, if you like that. But let's take a closer look, Lisa. Closer look, last 30 days. Down, up, here's the 30-day top, down, 30-day bottom, went up, now it's going sideways. Okay, it bottomed out last week. Now it's going up, but it's going sideways. So if you like it, maybe. Okay, let's see, what does it normally do this time of year? For that, we need the seasonality chart. Okay, take a look at this, Lisa. You're going to love this. First couple of weeks of January, she comes down. But look at the last couple of weeks of January. Nice spike. That's right around the corner, right there. Let's zoom into that. Okay, here's where we are right now, Lisa. Right there. Okay, right there. Now look at that. Now that's not guaranteed. But here's the thing. If it normally does this move right here, the first couple, look at the 26th of January right until the 17th of February. That's given us a 3-week window of opportunity. Now it's not guaranteed, but that's what it's done for the last 10 years. So if it's done this move the last 10 years, what are the odds that it might do it again? Let's check it out. Back here. It's currently at 33.69, so the 33.50s. Okay, let's take a look. 33.50. Again, covered call. 33.50. Okay, 33.50 right there. Here we go. Just one contract. That gives you an idea of what one costs, so you can figure out what makes sense to you. Now, I always do a market order, and there's a reason why. There's a difference between a market order and a limit order. And you'll hear people all the time say, never buy at the opening of the day. Never use a market order at the beginning. That's exactly what I do. Why? Because I'm at the point in my life where I'm not quibbling about pennies. I'm looking for my 1%. Now, when I said simple, safe, predictable, I want to know what my profit's going to be before I even do it. Just for fun, that's the problem with Tesla. I'm going to agree with you. Okay? All right, hold on. I haven't forgot about you guys. It just takes a while to get to all these questions. All right, we'll get that one. All right, we're going to come to that one next. So, Lisa, let's keep taking a look at this. Now, when I said simple, safe, predictable, I want to know what my profit's going to be before I even do it. Now, remember, this trading strategy here, the stock doesn't even have to move, but it does have to be a profitable company. So, be 100% honest with you, Lisa, I don't know anything at all about Toast. It's not on my list. But I'm looking at it for you just to give you an idea of what is possible if it makes sense to you. All right? So, if I bought it first thing in the morning, 33.52, and I sell somebody the rights to buy it from me at 33.50, okay, my profit, see, max profit, 60 bucks. What's my outlay? What am I putting up? What is this weekly cash flowing asset costing me? Because remember, the nice thing about these weekly cash flowing assets, I can pay for it once. And it consistently gives me weekly cash flow if I trade a weekly stock option every Monday until it hits my target. Remember that. I have no problem holding on to anything I buy. But two things. One, if it's going to give me 1% or more every single week, I'll hold on to it. But if it shoots up, hits my target, I'll take that profit and say, thank you, and move on. Okay? So, max profit, 60 bucks. Cost of trade, including commissions and fees, 32.90. What's the rate of return, Lisa? The rate of return, let's pull it up. Take the profit, 60 bucks. Divided by the investment. Now this is even before I do the trade. This, if I want to do the trade. Because most people just buy the stock and wait for it to move. No, I don't play that game. I want to know what my profit's going to be if the stock doesn't even move at all. Okay, so I can 60 divided by the cost of the trade, 32.90, gives me a grand total of Lisa, 1.8% for 4 days. Okay, had we looked at it yesterday, what could it have been for 5 days? We don't know because Monday's already gone. The best we can do is jump in first thing tomorrow morning, maybe get 1.8% for 4 days. So I'm going to save this one. Let's get a closer look. Want to get a closer look? Oh, before I forget, in case you didn't know, the screen behind me is live right now on YouTube. So, wait a minute, no it's not, damn it. Alright, oh hold on, I gotta reboot this. Start streaming, yes. Stop recording, yes. Do that, yes. An unspecified error occurred while recording. Okay, okay. Start streaming. Uh-oh, I don't think we're going to be able to stream. It's like, where's Jacob when I need him? Jacob! Alright, so, it's being recorded now so you can watch it later. Here it is right here. Make it bigger for the people in the back to see. Here we go, right there. My one covered call Toast. 30 January. That means this option is going to expire this coming Friday. The 33.50. Okay, the current price, 33.53. It keeps changing because it's after hours. But 60 bucks the profit, 32.90 is the investment for 1.8% for 4 days. If it doesn't hit your target, you just do the exact same thing again next week. You sell somebody the right to buy it from you first thing Monday morning. How do you find weekly stock options? Can you do it with all stocks? X the visionary. No, you cannot. Only certain amount of companies have weekly options. Hold that thought for 1 second. I'm going to tell you that right now. $1.8. 1.8 who came up with that one? X Visionary. You ready? CBOE.com. CBO. We can't even see that. Damn it. Whoops. Okay, see if we can do it this way. Whoops. Alright, hold on. I got it. Sit tight. CBOE. Chicago Board of Options Exchange. That's where you find weekly options. CBOE.com. Chicago Board of Options Exchange. All right, next. Search Dividend Kings. Moses, what's the stock you've kept the longest? We've already answered that question. Okay, let's get out of that. Let's get out of this. Let's get out of that. Let's get out of this. Let's go back to here. Now we're back at the beginning yet again. Ricky! What's happening, Ricky? Lalu. Callan. What? WH. Is there actually a stock called what? WHAT? I don't know. WHAT. Nope. There isn't one. I'm talking business. I think like that as well, but AI will say not yet. Okay. Miss Christie, thank you for that. What else do we got? Uh-oh, low power. Low power, I need a cord. Yeah, I need a cord. Wow, I'm running out of cords. Let's get the cord plugged into that one because we need to have that one. Uh-oh. Alright, what else do we have here? Okay, sit tight. We did toast already. Ooh, Johnny wants to take a look at BA. BA is Boeing. Hell no. Johnny, weren't you listening? I don't buy anything at the high of the year. It just doesn't make any sense. Okay? Johnny, you've been here long enough. You should know better than that. What else? I'm talking business. Thank you for that. Buy Weaves. OKLL. What the hell is that? OKLL. Hell no. I don't do monthlies. That's a monthly. No. I am Legends. Mary June. I haven't seen you for a while. How you doing, girlie? Hey, James. Been a while, but good to see you. Well, it's lovely to be... June, I would rather be seen than viewed. I don't know if you know what that means. Okay, so, who came up with this one? Okay, Weaves. Okay, I don't do monthlies. Okay, no, I just don't do them. It's not worth my while. What else do we got? All right, what else? All right, I am Legends, CRM. What the hell is CRM? Salesforce. Okay, if you like Salesforce, alrighty. Here we go. The high of the year. Whoops, 370. The bottom, a couple of days ago, 220. Down, up, down, sideways, we're at 229. The 230s are going for 380. All right, after hours is at 234, which means the 235s, not 1%. Sorry, but let's take a look at it. Look at your last 30 days. What do you think? Ask yourself, seriously, what do you think? We topped out at 270. We bottomed out at 220. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 days up. Here's your top. Bottoms out. 1, 2, 3, 4. What do you think? It's going up, isn't it? It's not that difficult. My 5-year-old grandson can say, hey, Papa G, the top's right there. The bottom's right here. Now it's going up. Great. Do I like it at 235? That's the next question. First question should be, does it make sense? Second question should be, do I like this company? Third question, do I like this company at this current price? 234. You either like it or you don't. Either it makes sense or it don't. Been great, living and learning. Way to go there, Miss June. Who else we have? ERT Investments. Dude, you and I got to chat. Little man, what's going on? Captain Morgan. All right. So, the 234s, 235s only go for 180. That's not 1%. That's less than 1%. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, let's get rid of this. Let's do the 235s. First change of covered stock, the 235s right there. One contract right there. Market, there we go. Here's Johnny by one covered call, CRM. 30 January 26th. That means this option is going to expire this coming Friday. Okay, fine. 235 call option. Okay. Right now the price is at 234. So I make a buck. I'm going to make a buck just on the option price alone. If it hits 235, that is. Okay, here's my profit. 346. The investment, 23,000. Crypto metrics. Dude, we should chat. Alright, Insider Sync. LRCX, we already looked at it. It was already a no. So I'm not going to look at it again. Junkin Mo. Cool name. Daryl. Victor Torres. Joseph Reno. Good evening, guys. Alright, so let's do the math on this one. Profit, 346. Okay, 346. The investment is 23,154. That comes to a grand total of 1.5%. If you like this company, it's always going to come down to those two major questions. Number one, does it make sense? Number two, do I like this company at this current price? Those are two very important questions. Okay, because rule one is never buy something you don't know or you don't understand or you don't want to hold on to. Never buy a stock if you don't understand it completely. Alright. So, 1.49. Alright, let's hold on to this one. There you go. There we go. 1.49. Come on, wherever you are. There it is. There she is. By one covered call, CRM, 3rd January, this coming Friday, 235 call option, 346 the profit, 23,000 the investment, 1.5% for 1 week, 4 days to be exact. Global Merchant, John Fitness. Mickey D, what's going on? Michael Kelly, how are you, Michael Kelly? I went to school with a guy named Michael Kelly. All right. $1.5. Gotta love it. 1.5. All right, let's get rid of this one. Get rid of this. What are we looking at next? Next. Come on down. Next. All right. Sac Solutions, how you doing? Mr. Z. What's happening, Mr. Z? Bob the Fish. Grilled Cheese. How are you guys doing? Armando Rodrigo. Good evening, Armando. Oh, Hardin wants to take a look at AT&T. How can you go wrong with AT&T? Yeah, yeah, I get it. AT&T. So AT&T is just T. That's it. Just T. Here we go. Another opportunity. Check that out. The high, the low. Where was it? Where is it? Up, down. What's going on here? 23.45. The 23.50s are going for 50 cents. That's over 2% for 1 week. Think about it. And it's AT&T. Okay? AT&T. We all know who they are. We all know what they do. Can you hear me now? Wait, that's T-Mobile. TMUS. Anyway. Looks good. But what's going on here? Remember what we said earlier? And you've heard it hundreds of times. Buy low, sell high. Check it out. That baby's at the low of the year. Let's zoom in and see what the last 30 days looks like. Because the last 30 days gives us a good idea of where do we think it's going next. Okay, 30 days ago, we're at 25. We drop down, we go sideways. Look at this, here's the bottom here, very slow. I'm talking slow incline. But still, it's still going up. Bottomed out last week, now she's going up. Okay, so what's AT&T look like? Mary June, look at ADM. Sit tight there, Mary June, we'll get to that one. Let's get out of there. And let's do the 23.50s, AT&T. How the hell can you go wrong with 23.50 for AT&T? Okay, one contract. Here it is. Buy one covered call, AT&T. 3rd of January, this coming Friday. 23.50 call option. That's what I'm selling it for. But look at the prices right now. 23.55. Think about that for a second. Let that sink in. If I'm buying it 23.55 and I'm selling it 23.50 and it's bouncing off the bottom of the year. It was at the bottom of the year a couple of weeks ago. Now it's slowly going up. We're talking about AT&T. We're not talking Sandy Seashells or Billy Bob's Pizzas. No, AT&T we're talking about. It's over 100 years old. Okay? 49.50 is the profit. Not a lot, but the investment's only 2,300. Okay? Not a lot. But what's the rate of return for 1 week? What can we expect week after week after week? Well, let's check it out. Show. Isn't ADM a monthly now? Okay, we're going to take a look at that in a second. Let's finish up with AT&T first, okay? Calculator. Let's figure out the math. Come out wherever you are. All right, let's clear this out of here. 49.50 is the profit. Divided by the investment, 2301. What does that come to? That's not right. Let's try it again. See, I make mistakes too. Let's try that again. $49.50 divided by $2,301. Whoops, there's my mistake right there. I had an extra zero. 2,301. 2.1% for 4 days. Now think about it. AT&T is not an obscure company. It's not as if you've never heard of it. And yes, I am writing that one down. 2.1%. Why the hell not? It's AT&T. Imagine that. 2% this week. Well, you could let it go, get all your money back next week, or you can roll it into next week and maybe pick up another 1 or 2% next week. Can you imagine that? 2% every single week? That's over 100% at the end of the year. Because we all know 1% every single week is 50% or more every year. 2% every week is more than 100% every year. I'm perfectly okay with that. But you do have to do something. It's not free. You actually have to put some effort into it. So you get up an extra 5 minutes early. Pull up your portfolio. What do I own? What did I buy it for? What did I sell? Where is it at now? Where does it look like it's going by this Friday? Because weekly options expire every single Friday. And whether you like it or not, whether you agree with me or not, Friday is coming. What are you doing about it? Are you increasing your portfolio? Are you better off this week than you were last week? What about next week? What about next month, next year, next 5 years, next 10 years? How does your future look knowing this information? Okay, so we're going to save this one definitely. It's AT&T. I mean, come on. Come on. AT&T, of course we're going to save it. And let's zoom into it, take a better look. Are you ready? We're going to take a closer look. Ready? Here it comes. Come on, come on, come on, come on, wherever you are. There it is. There it is, right there. By one covered call, AT&T. 30 January 26th, that's this coming Friday. 2350 call option. That means I'm buying it at 2352, that little tiny number right there. I'm buying it hypothetically because, you know, as soon as the market opens tomorrow, the numbers might change. I haven't forgot about you guys. I'm still answering the questions. We're going to take a break in a second, just answer questions, okay? All right, sit tight. All right, 4950 is the profit, 2300 is the investment, and yes, it comes to 2.1% for this week. So, what do we have next? Here we go. 2.1. Okay, let's get my chair. Let's sit down, get comfortable, answer some questions. All right. Mary June, ADM. All right, ADM. Who's ADM? Archer Daniel Midland. Nice company. That is over 100 years old. And they are Jimmy King, ADM. Archer Daniel Midland. And yes, unfortunately, they are a monthly. Sorry, Mary June. Okay, and it's at the high of the year. February, March, June, September, December, January. Yeah, I don't do monthlies. Mary June, you know that. You've been here. Oh, well. All right. Are you a trader? Hey, of course I am. All right. Mike, TEL. What the hell is TEL? TEL. TE Connectivity PLC. It's a monthly. No, thank you. She Show. Delta Airlines. DAL. Okay. Unfortunately, kiddo. DEL. It's dropping at the moment. It's coming down off that high right there. See that? Last 30 days. She. Okay. There's the high, and it's dropping. Okay, so not something I want to jump into this week, but maybe next week. Because once she finds the bottom, look at, she's dropping from 73, now she's at 67. So how far down is it going to go before she turns around and goes back up again? What else do we have? AVGO, C Fox, Ryan, Raul, Daggy, Legacy, Jabulani. Ooh, how are you? Gen XRP, cool beans. Okay, SB 1981, AVGO, Broadcom. Ooh, interesting. Let's take a quick look at Broadcom, okay? Okay, SB 1981. The top, the bottom, where was it? Where is it? Down, up, down. 324. The 325s are going for a 7. Hold on. After hours, see? 324, but after hours is 328. That's the current price, 328. So, $6. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's take a gander at this one. Last 30 days. Okay? Tell me you can't see that. 30-day top, drops, retrace, drops. Here's the bottom, yesterday. Now it's bouncing up. Okay, and it's offering over $6, which is close to 2%. But the difference between this one and the one we just looked at, AT&T, this stock is $328. A little bit of a difference. Let's see what it looks like. Let's get rid of that. Covered call. The 327.50 right there. One contract. La, 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 right there. And market. There we go. Buy. And here we go. Alrighty, alrighty. By one covered call, ABGO, Broadcom, 30 January, that is this coming Friday, $327.50. The current price is $328. So we buy at $327.50, sell at $328. $573 is the profit, 32 G's is the investment. So let's see what this looks like. Alright, calculator. 573 divided by $32,177 gives me a grand total of 1.78%. Miss Christie, thank you for the roses, my dear. So we'll save this one. Why not? I like 1.78%. But the question you should be asking yourself, do I like Broadcom, ABGO? You either like it or you don't. Come out wherever you are. 1.7. There it is. There we go. By one covered call, ABGO, 30 January. $327.50. The current price, $327.83. Uh-oh. Oh no, I hate it when it does that. Okay, profit, $573. The investment, $32,177. What was it, 1.7%? 1.8%, sorry, 1.8%. Look at it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got our 5. We got 5 for the day. Let's answer some questions. Edgar, WWR. Edgar, what's WWR? Altria. Uh-oh, question and concerns. Altria. Did we look at Altria already? M-O, Altria. Ooh, no. Sorry, dude. Who came up with Altria? Question and concerns. Are you ready to take a look at this? Okay. We bottomed out at 54, shot up to 63. Yeah, I don't want to buy at the high. Sorry. I don't buy at the high. Now, don't get me wrong. I love the company. I really do. Okay? La, 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 la. All right, back over here. Oracle looks better. Okay, we'll take a look at that one. J.D. Vance just posted a video. Cool beans. Bully, Domino's. You got to give me the DPZ. Okay, there we go. Domino's, DPZ. DPZ. All right, who came on now? Bully? Come on, you've been here long enough. Okay, you've been here a couple of days. I remember that name. I don't do monthlies. Monthlies just don't work out for me. It's just a waste of our time. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. You can't make me. CDR. Lost King Saline Assembly. Okay, Meta. Okay, now, just to be the bearer of bad news for you, Meta, also known as Google or Alphabet, whatever the hell they are, boy, can't make up his mind. They've just recently started paying dividends. That's only two to 3 years of dividends, that's it. top tech stocks are turning into 2-day expiration versus weekly. All right, Ron, you have fun with that. I don't do top tech stocks. I only do companies that have at least 2 decades of consistent profits. Okay, Ron, tell me one good tech company that has 2 decades of profits, and I'll take a look at them. Kojo, thank you for that. Super Z, I teach all those. Good for you. Mara Chosen, no it ain't. No it isn't. Okay. You have to purchase 100 shares of stock to do what you do, right? Absolutely, Enzo. All good. All right, thank you. Oh, Antoine. Antoine and Tanya. This one is fine. Okay. Hello. Hello. Kevo, wheel strategy dangerous? Not really, but you should never buy anything, okay? Kevo, never do anything unless you really want to buy that stock. How long we have to hold a share to get the dividend paid. Okay, Jerry, if you're looking for the dividend, you only have to hold it for 2 days. You buy it before. All right, hold on, Jerry. We haven't done this in a while, so let's answer this question. Here we go. Jerry, what we're looking at here behind us is what's called an EX dividend calendar. Looks like any other normal calendar. You got the month, January 2026, and then you get the days, the first, the second, the third, blah, 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 blah. All these little green dots represents companies that are getting ready to pay a dividend. Okay, the little green dot that you're seeing is called the EX dividend date. There's 4 dates you got to remember when it comes to dividend stocks. Date number 1 is the announcement date. That's basically where they come out and says, hey everybody, my name is James, this is how much money we made, this is how you're going to get yours, this is what you're going to get yours, this is everything you want to blah, blah, yeah, all that crap. They just blurt out to what you're getting and when you're getting. It's the announcement date. Doesn't really mean anything. Date number 2 is the important date. That's the day, that is the last day the stock trades. The last day the stock trades before the dividend is paid. The EX dividend date. And this is called an EX dividend calendar. It just tells us what stocks are paying a dividend and when. Date number 3, the date of record. The date of record is pretty simple. If you want the dividend, you got to buy it before the EX date, the little green dot. Then you sell it after the date of record, because whoever owns the stock on the date of record is entitled to the dividend. Plain and simple. Bitch, moan, complain all you want. Whoever owns the stock on the date of record is the person getting the dividend. Date number 4, payment date. Just when you're getting your money. That's all. 10 minutes left. Uh-oh, we are running low on time. What else do we got? What else? Let's answer some questions. Okay, we already looked at Altria. How's it going? I'm InvestRight. Okay. Happy New Year. Okay, I have Altria. It's going up good. Okay. Sherwin-Williams, can you explain how you'd set up an Altria call? I would do the covered call, which means I'd buy the stock first and then I would sell the option for someone to buy it from me. It's a very simple trade. You just come down to where you go to the trade section, change it from signal to covered. You put in Altria, which is MO, okay, and then I would just buy the covered call. Buy the stock, sell the option. All right, what do we have next? Questions and concerns. Did you build your dividend calendar or is it provided where? Okay, this one is provided through Thinkorswim, which is owned by Charles Schwab. Okay, and you can find other EX dividend calendars on Google, search EX dividend calendar. All right. Okay, Gemma. Oh, Je m'appelle Ciao 157. Je m'appelle Ciao. Comment ça va toujours, bonsoir? Ça va bien, no? SoFi, no. Netflix, yes. I actually bought some Netflix this morning. Now, normally I don't buy Netflix because I'm not sure they actually have dividends. But the numbers look good this morning. We got 8 minutes left, so I'm not really going to show any more. We've already found 5 for today. So I'm going to answer whatever questions we can come up with. Yeah, SB 1981. Yep, Oracle. I actually have some Oracle. Lillian, good evening. Brian, Marlowe, the Iron Horseman, how are you? Panula, Lemon Rain, good evening, Lemon Rain. Eric, Brian York, L-Tone, what's happening? What else we got? Mudhu, Elton, Zion, what's happening? Latte Tea, Crypto Bitcoin, good for you. Rob Q, Foosball, L'extraordinary, good evening. Armando, Mike Sweeney, what's happening there, Mr. Mike? Tanya, good evening. Mike York, how are you? Saeed, good evening. House of Ted. What do you think of that name? House of Ted. What else do we got? Nephilim. The premium from the covered calls are short-term capital gain. Yeah, I get it. It kind of reminds me. All right, so Nephilim. If you're concerned about short-term capital gains, that reminds me of the guy who goes into a Rolls-Royce dealer and asks, hey, what's the gas mileage on this thing? So Nephilim, look at it this way. If you're getting a 50% return, I just knocked something over and a bunch of things got unplugged. Yeah, anyway. Can you get an adapter that can accommodate more monitors? It's not the monitors, okay? One is the camera, okay? The high definition camera, that's one. Another one is the mouse. Another one is, oh, what the heck is the other one? Lights. Yeah, I suppose you get something with the lights. Anyway, we're switching to the other camera, the other computer tomorrow anyway. It is what it is. Full-time day trader. Nope. Follow the live creator. Thank you there, full-time day trader. I'm not a day trader. I tried it years ago, it just didn't work for me. Okay. Saeed C, which is, wait a second. Citigroup. C, I love Citigroup. It's coming up. Hold on. Let's check that one out. Citigroup. Oh. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Check it out. Hold on. Let's try this. Okay, 124 dropped down to 110. Now she's going back up. 114. Hold on. Let's change this to single. Okay, 115.47. Look at the 115s, 136. That's only about 1%. If you like it. Okay, it always comes back to that. Running gold. Man, I haven't heard from you all night. This is the first time you're chiming up at 5 minutes before we end. All right. What else we got? Domino's, DPZ, we already looked at that one, it was already a no. So, Jamapel, yeah, I did some Netflix this morning, the numbers just look good. Mux Capital! Hey James, Mux Capital, dude, drop me your number, I'll give you a buzz, you and I need to talk. If Mux Capital is actually what you do, because I'm always looking to borrow money. Good to see you again, doing a nice job tonight as usual, thank you. APP, we'll take a look at it next time, because we got, 4 minutes left. What do you mean I don't do monthly? Tone River. Let me see if I can explain this in terms you might understand. Okay, sit tight for a second. Okay, now what we're looking at the moment, C, is called Citigroup. Okay, now Citigroup has what we call, sit tight. Citigroup, we have 30 January, that's this Friday. 6 February, next Friday. 13 February, 2 Fridays away. 20 February, 3 Fridays away. 27 Friday, 27 February, 4 Fridays away. 6 March, 5 Friday away. Every single Friday there is a weekly option getting ready to expire. Every Friday. That's why it's called a weekly option. Now, sit tight for a second. Change this to O Realty, which February, March, June, September, December. That is what you call a monthly option. I don't do monthlies. The numbers just never work, and trying to figure out where a company's going to be in 30 days is a lot more challenging than trying to figure out where it's going to be in 5 days. Most of my trading is done on Monday or Tuesday. Okay, Monday, the most time. It'll be on Tuesday if there's no Monday trading, which happens once in a while. I don't like monthlies. The numbers never work in my favor, so I just don't do them. Mr. Ed, no. Bully, Domino, we already said no to Domino's Pizza 3 times, Bully. Mr. Ed, Coca-Cola. I love Coca-Cola, but we got 2 minutes left, so we're going to have to do it tomorrow. BC Watt, at what point do you exit a stock after it no longer provides you 1% per week and you just sell it? Yeah, you're right. Drew, can I get your list? Absolutely, Drew. Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders, anything on Warren Buffett's list. Now, those 5 lists right there will give you about 300 different companies. Okay, Drew, I appreciate your interaction, but you got to do something. Okay? Don't. Joe. Quanto, OMG, Traveler, I enjoy playing SPY daily. You do that. I don't play daily. Okay? I'm a weekly trader. I buy on a Monday, and I like to be out by Friday. Doesn't always work, but that's what I like. Quattro, is it not safe? So anything is safe if you're really good at it. If you do it consistently over and over and over again, you get better at it. That's like brain surgery. It's not safe for me, but for a brain surgeon it is. It is not predictable. Nope, it's not. Nonsense, Oracle. Ooh, IONQ. We actually have some of that. Wexton. Everybody needs to read the shirt. Yeah, thank you. Good evening, sir. How are you doing? Good evening, everyone. Hope today was a great day for everyone. It wasn't that good for me. Hey, House of Ted, IONQ. We can look at it tomorrow. Saeed, ABT. We can look at it tomorrow. Power Investments, dude. Power Investments. Drop me a number, dude. I'd like to give you a chat. I'm kind of interested. I'm always interested in when people are trading. YMAX, Jesus. Check out the numbers. SB 1911, Apple, next time. UNH, we looked at it earlier. What's the strategy? Wexton, it's called Dividend Capturing 2.0. That's what it's called, Dividend Capturing 2.0. Quattro, false good. I have no idea what that means because you go in 2 different directions. Is false good or is good false? I have no idea what that means. Okay, sold out grams, APP. Tomorrow, we're at 11 o'clock. I quit at 11. What do you mean you do not? I don't do monthlies. I just don't do monthlies. Hey, Quattro. Thank you. I'm going to take that as a compliment. See, the funny thing, Quattro, I haven't asked to sell anything. He does not promise anything. He just explains covered calls and show option premium. Thank you, Nephilim. Despicable. Whoa, I just love a fan. Scroll to a different YouTube live for him. The other one's sound is clear. Okay. I will be pointing to the office. Please do. I love, what do you call that? What times are you in the morning? I'm on at 9 a.m. every morning. but that's a paid service, and no, I'm not trying to sell anyone anything. Okay? Yep. Futa Finerson, thank you. My time is gold, awesome. Reply to them and show your merit charm. Thank you. Quarto, tons of companies pay out 1% weekly premiums on covered calls. You are just ignorant. I couldn't have said it any better, but it wasn't me saying it. I was just reading it. No monthlies, ODT only? No, I don't do ODTE. Okay, because you're under the impression that I sit in front of my computer all day. No, I don't. Okay, Rusty. It's the idea to buy 100 shares, then sell a call against them and take the premium and do again if not valued away. If called away, you can't use. You so make the 1 or 2%. Yes, absolutely. Congrats, Miss Christie. Thank you there, Miss Christie. That was very nice of you. Oh, you are so sweet. You are. All right. Bathtub still bill, 30K just to make 2%. Nah, I'm good. Dude, you know what? This is not for everyone. This is simple, safe, predictable, and consistent. I told you a long time ago from the beginning. If you're looking for more than 1 or 2% every single week, this is not the place for you. I'm perfectly okay with 2% every week. Because 2% every week is 100% per year. And I sleep soundly because I only do trades on companies that are safe, predictable, and have historical performance. It is what it is. It's not for everyone, like I said. Thank you, Nicole. Do you have a playlist so I know what orders to watch your videos? Ryan, I'm terribly sorry, Ryan. There's 1,500 videos. Actually, there's more than 1,500 videos, and none of them are AI. Sweet Dan, it's not rocket science. Hey, Sweet Dan, thank you. Finbin, how are you today? Oh, thank you, Finbin. That was nice of you. What else we got? Just joining tonight from Oregon. Woo, Oregon. I've never been there. I really want to go to Oregon. Quick question. When you mention feeding and watering your stock daily, what do you mean? Oh, what do you do with your investments midweek? Okay, that's a great question. Nobody's ever asked me that before, Kyle Weinberger. Okay, when I say feed and water your stock, think of it this way, all right? You got a cat, a dog, a fish, a bird, pets, a garden, rose bushes, dandelions, whatever, sunflowers. You got to take care of them every single, even children. You got to feed and water and take care of them every single day. The funny thing is, when it comes to money, money is insignificant as it is. It's the one thing that everybody needs because we're the only species on the planet that's got to pay to live here. So to the degree in which you want to live, your comfort level, that's going to depend on how much money you have. So when I say feed and water your money every day, take a look at it. Okay? Number one, what did I buy it for? All right, first of all, what did I buy? What did I pay for it? What did I sell against it? Where is it at now? Where does it look like it's going? And what should I do? Okay, I have two criteria. One, consistency of profitability. Two, preservation of my capital. I'm 62. I got nothing against those people whatsoever. Good afternoon. Welcome to Walmart. Will that be paper or plastic? Oh, welcome to the Home Depot. Yes, paint. That's in aisle 5. Yeah, you can find that right over there. Second aisle. Yeah, no, it's not on my agenda. My first job was in 1974. I retired 3 years ago after 5 decades of working. So, yes, I get up every morning and I take a look. What did I buy? What did I sell against it? Where is it at now? What does it look like it's going, and what should I do? It takes me 5 to 10 minutes every day. That's why it's called the 10-Minute-Trader. Okay? It was created for my 9-year-old daughter when she said one night, Daddy, what are you doing? Can you teach me? My 9-year-old girl says, Daddy, what are you doing? Can you teach me? So, I had to come up with a trading strategy specifically for my 9-year-old daughter. It had to be simple, safe, predictable, consistent, no way for her to lose. So that's the trading strategy. Never buy something you don't want to own or you don't understand. Number 2, never sell at a loss. Number 3, make sure the company's consistently profitable. Number 4, weekly options only. And number 5, make sure all the numbers work. So yeah, most of my trading is on Monday and Friday. I jump in on Monday after taking a look at certain criteria. What's the stock doing? What does it look like it's going to do next? Okay, certain stocks move predictably. So I like to know that kind of stuff. All right, hopefully that answered your question. Gordon, hey, James from Pine, California. Prince Edward Islands. Awesome, dude. I'd love to go there someday. We're thinking of doing the Great American Loop, but if we do, I'm not quite sure we'll go up to Prince Edward Islands. We might just go up to Hudson. Don't know yet. We might not even like it. All right, what are the other channels' names? I might delete TikTok. So I got 2 TikTok channels, 3 YouTube channels. Twitter, Instagram, Zoom, Rumble, LinkedIn, Twitch, and I think there's 1 or 2 other ones. But we're going to be adding some more later. We also want to add, what do you call it? Podcast. The podcast allows you to go live. All right, so we're almost done. How many more questions? Do you know anything about ICT concepts? ICT concepts. You know, in my days, I have done many things. Construction, electric, masonry, carpentry, flooring, roofing, lobstering, fishing, waiting, manufacturing. I've done a lot of things. And a lot of stuff has 3 little letters. They all mean different things in different industries. So you really got to explain what is ICT. Okay, so you have to tell me, what is ICT concepts? Thanks, Jay. It's James, but okay. Are there situations where you buy back your own options? Yes, there are. If you don't know anything about ICT concepts, you're dog water. Okay, I'm not quite sure if that's a comment, if that's a compliment or an insult. Phil Bitt, I'll ask another day. I'm sure I'll see you later. Absolutely, I'll be here every day. So, Murdoch, okay, you want to know what I think about what an ICT is. Let me ask you, what's a skive? Skive, S-K-I-V-E. What's a skive? You want to throw crap out at me, I can throw crap out at you too. See, I have done a lot of stuff in my days. ICT may be one thing in one industry and something else in a different industry. So, explain what it is first in what industry you're talking about. Then I'll know whether or not I know anything about it. But just to say ICT doesn't really mean anything to me. Hi there, when you say Warren's List, do you mean Berkshire Hathaway stocks? Yes, absolutely. You were a jack of all trades, absolutely. I was born dirt ass poor. Dirt ass poor, D-A-T, not D-A-P. D-A-P, dirt ass poor. Which means my father left in 66. My older brother, was basically useless. So everybody looked to me to fix everything. I had to fix everything. Electrical, plumbing, roof, outside, inside, everything. I fixed it all. Okay? Mom was on welfare. We were on welfare from the 60s all the way into the 80s. Okay? I can happily say that no one in my family except for my brother is on government assistance. And the only reason he's on government assistance is because he lost his hearing. But all of us, we all own our own homes, and most of us, well, just me and my sister have our own businesses. Nick, do you care if the stock has earnings same week? Do you approach it differently or do not trade? only a few stocks, because a few stocks are adversely affected by earnings reports. Just a few of them. And after trading for a while, you'll know which ones that is, which one isn't. Inner circle trading concepts. Oh, my Michael Hudson. I have no idea who Michael Hudson is. Inner circle trading. No concept whatsoever. So I guess I'm dog water. I'm not quite sure if that's a compliment or not. But Murdo, thank you. I'm going to take it as a compliment, though. Inner circle trading. No idea what that means. If you are a fisherman, go catch some fish. No. I said I was. When I was in high school, we did lobstering and we did long line. Okay, you bait 2,000 hooks before 5 a.m. and then you talk to me about fishing. 2,000 hooks by hand, bait by hand, 2,000 hooks, and then you come talk to me. Yeah, I don't fish anymore. No, thank you. I want to fish, I'll just go buy it. All right, so that answers all the questions. So I am done for the night. We're going to do this all over again tomorrow. Oh, we got questions over here. Nope. All right, no questions. ICT is for day traders. Yeah, okay, ICT is for day traders. I'm not a day trader. I've already said that. All right, turning everything off. You guys have a great day, and we'll do this all over again tomorrow. Tomorrow, I love ya. Tomorrow. How the hell can I join? That's good. There we go. Some set of balls. 2,200 following. Simple, safe, predictable 1%. That's my goal. You know, I really like it when someone who's a scammer actually comes to my own channel trying to scam people out of stuff. So if by chance you get a text message, an email, a WhatsApp, a Telegram, anything like that from me, it ain't from me. Okay? I do things the old-fashioned way. You want to have a conversation? Sign up on the website for a phone call or DM me with your phone number, and I personally will give you a call. I do not email, I do not text, I do not do any of that stuff. You want to have a conversation? Pick up the phone like a normal person. Terribly sorry. I'm a Gen Xer. I was brought up in the 60s, the 70s, and 80s. All right? So I do pick up the phone and talk like a normal person. If you get a text or a Snapchat or anything, it's not from me. Okay? And I never ask people for money. You hear that? I never ask people for money. Why do you think educational system doesn't teach students about stock option trading? Because they're not teaching you to improve yourself or to be a better person. They're teaching you specifically to be a slave, a worker. They don't want a population of thinkers. They want a population of workers. Okay? They want you to get out, they want you to get a job, they want you to work 40, 50 hours a week for the rest of your life so that the people up on top can make a nice amount of money, and all you do is work your ass off for the rest of your life, and hopefully after 40, 50 years of working, you get to live a comfortable life. Hopefully. Antonio Pascucci. Did I say that right? Antonio Pascucci? I don't know. You're welcome. All right, so I'm done. You guys have a great night. We'll do this all over again tomorrow. Done and done. And now the end is near. All right, on there. Okay, done here, on there, and done down here. And now, and done here. Same time tomorrow, Alexander. $0.12. Yay! I made a Honey. and turn this one off.